Hey, what's up? We back again, and today it's going to be slightly different. We're not just going to be ranting today. I guess I'm going to be a little preachy today. So excuse me. And I know there's going to be a lot of blowback today. So I'm waiting for the blowback. Just want to preempt you guys because today we're going to talk about change. And usually people do not like change. Right? It's really hard to come by, and it's even hard to accept when other people make those changes. And sometimes we don't even like the changes that they do make, right? Does that make sense? I think you guys got me. Just listen a little faster. Black Lives Matter. Now, I know I usually talk about basketball, so I'm going to relate the two, Black Lives Matter and basketball, and just social injustice in general, because I'm actually going to talk about social injustice all the way in Africa also, and maybe some of the things that are happening in Africa. That's where I'm going to go eventually. But first, let's start with the NBA. All right, the NBA right now, the issues that are going on, okay? We have certain players that do want to play and certain players that do have concerns. Now, I've heard a lot of different arguments. Some people are saying, hey, if people are complaining about not going back to play because of health reasons, that makes sense. And some people are saying, you know what? Black people have always had issues. If everybody has stopped working from the very beginning and just saying we're not going to go to work, we're going to protest, then Black people would have never had anything at all because problems were there from the get-go. So why stop working today? Why not go out there and play? Those are legitimate arguments. They make a lot of sense. But the difference is this: if you want radical change, you have to make radical changes yourself. You can't do the same things and expect things will just change. You can't maintain the same type of lifestyle and just expect things to change and the type of changes to come about the ones you like. Or you say, oh, you know what? I'm going to contribute my money because I make a lot of money. That's the best way I could contribute. I will give you guys money and we'll get the changes that I want. I mean, I've done stuff like this a lot. Sometimes, in my line of work, I want something and then send somebody to go do it for me. I'll give them money. And a lot of the times I didn't like what I got back. It just wasn't right. If you want the type of changes or if you want a job well done, you need to do it yourself. Now, radical changes that we're experiencing right now. Well, not changes, but yes, you could say changes because the way people are protesting right now, this is definitely new. This is a change from the norm. And right now, the public opinion and everything is in our favor. Well, the people who care about Black Lives Matter. That's what I mean. The people who care about social injustices. It's in our favor right now. And for us to be swayed by distractions, it is a problem. Yes, I am a huge fan of basketball. I love basketball. I'm always ranting about basketball. Can't wait to watch the next game. Always talking about it. But right now, the bigger deal is social injustice. Everything else is a distraction. Well, people are saying like the argument. Let's go back to the argument. Talking about let us make money so we can use that money to fight social injustice. Now, racism is just, it's another tool for classism. It's actually all about money. It's all about money, truly. Yes, money, and then eventually you start seeing certain races or people a certain way. But if they have a lot of money and you want that money, you're going to see them differently. They're going to be very attractive and you're going to treat them differently. You will show restraint if they have money. And I've seen it, right? I've seen that. We've all seen that. So when we talk about money, let us go out there and work so we can give you guys money so you guys could be in the front line fighting the good fight. I feel like we're doing the same thing. The reason, some of you are religious people and all that, and even if you're not religious, you've read the Bible, Jesus came across the same issues back in the days. People are saying, but I do give my 10% and all that. I do. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Of course it's a lot of money because you make a lot of money. What you're giving away, it's nothing. It doesn't make you a better person because you're giving money. And I'm not judging you just because you're giving money. All I'm saying is money should not be the determining factor why you're not part of this movement. It's fine if you do not want to be part of this movement. It's okay. You can say, I do not want to be part of this movement. I would just donate my money. And that's fair. That is fair. But be straightforward and say that. Now, when we have people like the Kyries and Dwight Howard, Avery Bradley, and some of the other players who are considering not playing and not being distracted from the real issue right now, the social injustice, let's not try to paint them a certain way. Let's not say that, this is not the right moment, like this is not convenient right now. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Because social injustice is never convenient. This is not a convenience type of thing. No, it's not. And you can't say you've waited all this time just to do that. There's never a right time for this. This is not about pointing fingers. No, this is about respecting what they're doing. And if that is what they would like to do, and I think we should respect them for doing just that. You can't judge them on something like this unless, well, you're on the other side. And I'm not saying all those who are judging, Kyrie and the likes of them are on the other side. But why would you do such a thing? Why would you even attempt to do that and say that this is an inconvenience? This is never an inconvenience when you're fighting for social injustice. I did say I was going to be a little preachy today. Yes, and I know it's sounding very, very preachy right now, like I'm preaching at you, right? Or to you. This is the same thing. Not too long ago, I spoke of the injustice that's happening in Africa. How FIBA sent Egypt Federation to go rule basketball in Africa. I spoke of it, and people didn't want to say anything about it. I know a lot of people didn't want to touch it because it would hit their money. Right. People that do watch my videos, people who are part of the basketball community. It's not the right thing to talk about. It's never convenient. You have to be uncomfortable if you want change. You can't just be sitting at home at your own comfort just saying, I want change. You have to be the change, and it has to be uncomfortable. It will be uncomfortable. Growth is uncomfortable. And I spoke about the vice president talking about they had to build a foundation. Like the African people had nothing to do with building the foundation, the basketball foundation in Africa. Okay, we're not talking about just those two things. This is actually deeper. This is systemic. It's driving a narrative. This is how you conquer or drive people a certain way. Please share and don't forget to like. And do subscribe to my channel because I need it right now. I'm stuck inside the house, so I need to do something to generate some kind of income, all right? So this might work for me because if I can't do this, I don't know what I could do. I'm going crazy up in here. So please do subscribe. I need you, man. I need you. And drop a comment, man. Say something about this video, man.